Borag Thug, Earthlings. One planet, one crew, one time. Welcome to the astronomers. I am Ordo Nullus Mundi, spiritual leader of all life on Earth. I didn't always be the spiritual leader of all life on Earth, and I haven't always been Ordo Nullus Mundi. I used to just be a regular guy. But then something strange happened. One night, when I was walking the dog, I saw fire in some trees near the side of the road. And when I went to explore what it was, I found a strange pyramid object pushing itself out of the ground on fire. And strange light crackled and sparkled around it. The dog went mad, and I stamped the fire out on the grass and looked at the thing, and I thought, that's weird, like you would. I was a bit nervous about it, but I picked it up, I put it in the car, and I took it home. I felt kind of compelled to do that, like this thing had chosen me. And so I got it home and I put it in the garden and I went to bed and I went to sleep. And that night I had the strangest dream. I had the strangest dream. After a while now I can put all the pieces together, so I'll tell you in a more coherent way than the dream occurred to me. I had the strangest dream that aliens were communicating with the mushrooms on planet Earth through an interstellar medium we'll call the ether. And that these mushrooms recognized that I myself had taken some psychedelic mushrooms that night. And they were able to know me. And the mushrooms reached out through the ether into me through the medium of psychedelic mushrooms. And the mushrooms said to the aliens, this is the guy. He's the one. Now the pyramid had been waiting under the ground for, a long time. Waiting for the right person to come along according to the mushrooms. I don't know how long that was, but it's been too long if you ask me. And so, having the strange pyramid communicate the aliens' thoughts to me in my dreams gave me a clear picture of what they wanted. And what they want me to do is take over planet Earth, get rid of all the stupid people, so that they can come here and save our planet and save us and save all the life on planet Earth from the morons who assuredly are currently running the planet, and take us on a journey across the stars with them to explore space forever in peace. Wouldn't that be great? And so that's what I'm going to do. Because that's what the aliens want me to do. And I am now become Ordo Nullus Mundi. I am become the spiritual leader of all life on Earth. And my past life has been left behind. And I am here to rid the world of ignorance, fight the war on moron, save the planet, and travel the stars with my fellow travelers, you. The people who join with me on this journey. That's a short story. It's taken a long time for all of this to happen to me. And some of the other things that happened that the aliens made me do is they communicated to me the guide to astronomy, which is now available on the astronomers.org. You can go to theastronomers.org. You can download the uh, Earth Guide to Astronomy, the Earthling's Guide to Astronomy, called the Astro. In it, you will find some very simple principles for the practice of astronomy and some very crucial elements of the knowledge that allows intelligence to bloom and flower and take over planets. You will also find in there the Gospels of Ordo Nullus Mundi. The Gospels of Ordo Nullus Mundi are all the strange shit I dreamt thanks to the mushrooms and the aliens. I know there's some of you people out there thinks this sounds crazy. I recommend you go and take a look at some other religions for what real crazy is. This doesn't even come close to crazy. Honestly, if I read this in a science fiction book, I would think the author wasn't even trying hard enough. No, this doesn't sound crazy at all. The idea that life is connected to an ethereal network across space and time faster than the speed of light, and that all life in the cosmos can communicate, if it wishes, with other life through a medium of heightened mental consciousness and heightened mental states produced by certain electrochemical activities. That doesn't sound crazy to me at all. What sounds crazy to me is most of the stuff that is happening on Earth. What sounds crazy to me is killing trees and whales and poisoning the water for money. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a communist. Neither are our alien friends. Trade is an essential part of life in the universe, the galaxy, the cosmos. Trade is a natural phenomenon that occurs when people exchange goods and services that are of value to each other for the benefit of each of the parties involved. What's happening on planet Earth isn't trade, it's genocide, it's ecocide, it's stupid, it's moronic, because the Dark Lord moron, the evil of universe, stupidity, has got a grip on all of the humans on Earth. And it's our job to fight them, defeat them, and take over the planet. And until we get rid of all of the stupid people on this planet, our alien friends are not coming to help us or save us. And if they do come here, let's say there's a few left. I mean, it's not for me to say who entirely who is and who isn't stupid, to the nth degree. But should the aliens come here and find we missed a few stupid people, they're gonna kill them. So my advice to anyone who is currently a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a Scientologist, a Moonie, any of that stupid shit, my advice to you is to save yourself and join us. Because if the aliens get here, and there are still any divine religious believers on this planet, they're going to kill them all. And so, before that happens, it's our job as astronomers to rid the world of ignorance by converting all of these people to the infinite road of study, to bring them with us into the church of great study, to travel the eternal road of infinite study one time with us, or they shall perish. How are we going to do that? How do the aliens want me to do that? To tell you the truth, the aliens weren't very clear on how I was going to conduct this takeover of the planet. But it goes something like this, as far as I can tell, between cups of mushroom tea and strange dreams, such as the aliens give me. First of all, it starts with recruiting other intelligent people. And so at this stage, I should like to say to anybody who watches this video and hears this message, if you thought you were an atheist, if you currently think you're an atheist, if you think you're secular or agnostic or any of that kind of thing, you're not. You're not at all. Because if what you are is a person who's reasonable, rational, sane, intelligent, who believes in, for instance, the laws of physics as the best way of describing and understanding nature, then you're an astronomer and you should join us. I know should sounds like a strong word sometimes to me, but in this instance, I don't think it's strong enough. Not only should you join us, you must join us. Surely you can see now that stupidity has gone too far on this planet. I mean, it was fine when crazy people were limited to only damaging themselves or the environment around them or the people in their village, tribe, town, locality. But we've gone beyond that. There's only one planet. We know there's only one planet. We've been to space. We had a look. This is it. Planet Earth. That's where we all live. And so, if you're an atheist, or you were an atheist, if you're secular, or you were secular, join us. There's no joining fee. This is not, I'm not in this for the money. This is not some, crazy, oh, hey, buy the t-shirt, give me $10, everything will be great, you're saved now. No, this is not that. This is an open source intelligence distribution religion. That's what the Astronomers is for. It's to distribute intelligence as fast and as far and as wide as possible until the entire planet, not just your country, not just your friends, the whole planet has nothing but intelligent, sane, reasonable people on it. That'll take some time. I may not be here for the whole show. It doesn't matter. Let's get the ball rolling. So, the taking over of the planet. To deal with the title of the video, how to take over a planet. First of all, number one, all the intelligent people have got to come together. Come on. You've probably suffered enough. I know I have. I have suffered enough. I've had enough. Haven't you had enough of Muslims, Jews, Christians, Buddhists, all these fucking, excuse me, trying to keep my language moderate. My alien friends told me that immoderate language is an uncivilized thing. And I somewhat agree, although it does have, comedy effect now and then. It's time for all of us to come together. In the beginning, there is one, then there are some, then there's a few, then there are many, and then we're all together. Now, just to put it in context, I did a little Googling, and I can tell you that of the 8 billion people on this planet, 1.5 billion are Christian, 1.5 billion are Muslim. That's 3 billion. There's about 1.5 billion are traditional Chinese. Like the Chinese religion isn't necessarily divine. Hindus as well, there's about 1.5 Hindus, so that's another 3 billion. I'd put them in a grey area of the Venn diagram. They're not entirely stupid, but they're not with us, the smart people, yet. So 3 billion Muslims and Christians, 3 billion Hindus and traditional Chinese ancestor worship is what the Chinese do, which I don't consider necessarily a bad thing. It's just not as smart as the laws of physics, rational, reasoned, objective reality. There is an objective reality. There is an objective reality which can be understood and described to intelligent people by other intelligent people, and that's the world we want to live in. No mumbo jumbo, no hocus pocus, no gobbledygook. Away with ye, mumbo jumbo, gobbledygook, hocus pocus. Away with ye all. So, first of all, how to take over the planet? Us smart people have got to get together. We've got to get together in a way that is organized and institutional. And our alien friends instructed me that the way to do this is through forming a series of observatories all over the Earth. Each observatory will be a group of astronomers who've come together for the joint purpose, for the joint goal, for the common ambition of studying, living, and spreading the astro where they live further. And so to that end, if there's anybody listening to this who lives in Scotland, I am inviting you to join with me in the creation of Scotland's first astronomers observatory. And for the rest of you people who live elsewhere, there's a Discord where I will be visiting soon to help establish observatories in America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, with people who wish to do that sort of thing. So, intelligent people come together. Intelligent people form observatories, organized institutions for spreading intelligence. And then the next part is to infiltrate, is to organize and infiltrate the institutions and organizations of power on Earth. We must have astronomers, intelligent people, representing our ambitions and goals for this planet in all fields of human activity: politics, commerce, education, all of those fields of human activity. We have to infiltrate and organize and agitate in them all. Mumbo jumbo must be stripped out of all education systems on this planet. There must be no divine belief taught to children. This is an abuse of intelligence, and it's also a deadly threat to us. Let's not be about the bush. Let's not pretend that intelligence on this planet has not faced murder, slaughter, persecution, and genocide in the past, and we will in the future if we do not tread carefully and act strongly together. I'm not joking. This is a dangerous road, because the people who believe stuff, they have shown in the past that they will not hesitate to kill millions, billions, to slaughter. It's happening right now. Right now, in the name of religion and nationalism, women and children are being killed in their thousands all over this planet. Not just women and children, not just humans, but as the spiritual leader of all life on Earth, I can tell you that we have lost, because of stupidness, we have lost huge numbers of species. We're losing 50 species a day on this planet. 50 species a day on this planet. And as spiritual leader of all life on Earth, that is a source of great woe and sadness to me and our alien friends. Because remember, our alien friends, they don't look like you and me. We're earthlings. Our alien friends could be jellyfish. They could be, fungus. They could be trees. They could be living spaceships. They could be bacteria. Because all life, the entire universe, the cosmos of all that is an anima mundi. The whole place is living, and all life is connected in this moment in time, across space and time, faster than the speed of light, through the ether, everywhere. So, let's be careful out there. So, intelligent people come together. We organize. We form observatories. We infiltrate the institutions of power. We build our numbers and ranks. This is how you take over a planet. We begin to marginalize and undermine the activities of the stupid. We begin to limit their activities. So, for instance, imagine, if you will, come with me to a future where the astronomers have great sway and influence on this planet. And the following things come to pass. Divine religious believers are not allowed in government. Why would you let a person who was obviously insane and had crazy things happening in their head be part of a government? People with divine religious beliefs are not allowed in education. They're not allowed to run schools. They're not allowed to be teachers. Yeah? That's a future we need. We need a future where divine belief is seen as being akin to a crime, an insanity, a mental illness, even, if you like, a reason to put them out of their misery, which is what our alien friends will do if we miss any of them. Now, if you think this sounds draconian and harsh, that's only the beginning. It's Tusla Gare. This is a war for life and intelligence. This is not some, oh, wouldn't it be nice if everything worked out? It's not going to work out. We will have to fight this war on moron, and we will have to win it. And along the way, we will have to destroy every insane religious belief on this planet, bar none. All of them. The Jews, the Muslims, the Christians, the Scientologists, the Moonies, all of them have got to go before our alien friends come here and save us. Save us from what? Well, depends on your point of view. From my point of view, losing 50 species a day, possibly 100 species a day, having deforested by 90%, having forever chemicals in mother's milk, having the atmosphere reprocessed by 3 billion internal combustion engines. For those of you familiar with the operation of internal combustion engines, because you're familiar with the laws of physics, what an internal combustion does is it sucks the atmosphere in and converts it chemically into something else which isn't oxygen. It's something else. Now, whether or not the climate changes because of us or because of that or into something less pleasant for humans, as spiritual leader of all life on earth, I could give a fuck. Because do you know what? Every time there's a mass extinction on earth, whether we're going to cause one or not, life on earth comes back in greater variety and is more florid. It does. Mass extinction in itself is not something I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is the loss of what we have gained. What I'm worried about is a retrograde step where humans, who are currently the only people with advanced toolmaking and art and a written language on this planet, where humans disappear, and with them the knowledge and the intelligence and the wisdom that our forebears and ancestors, the other intelligent people, the other astronomers of Earth, lived and died and suffered to create and to store and to amass. That knowledge is what we are here to save. We do not need to save the planet. The planet will be fine. We need to save the knowledge, the intelligence of this planet. Who knows where we could go from here if we go forward. But let's not go backwards. And for that reason, we must fight the war on moron with everything we've got. All together now. One time, one planet, one crew. I will be here once a week, representing our alien friends and all life on Earth, to encourage you to join us and to describe the many ways in which we can work together to bring this about. I'd like to finish tonight's presentation by once again extending an invitation to any sane, rational believer in the laws of physics, astronomers, atheists, secular people, agnostic people in Scotland. Message me, join me. Let's form an observatory here in Scotland and spread the good news. Intelligence is here to stay. Stupidity's on its way out. And it can't happen soon enough. Thanks. I shall now attempt to have a look at the comments, answer some questions, have a bit of a chat while I smoke a cigar and drink a glass of wine. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, join us. Like I say, visit theastronomers.org, go to the Discord. To be an astronomer, you just need to declare yourself an astronomer. You don't need to give me any money. You can buy a t-shirt, and if you want to run an observatory, you do have to be trained and become an ordained minister. But I will deal with that as and when people get in touch, if that is something that people want to do. I'll work that out with you. Okay. Where are we? Here we go. Compared to the Talmud, it's not crazy at all. Yeah, I agree. Stupid ones taste better. Aliens tried to land on planet Earth last week. I don't think they did, but I don't mind being wrong about that. I should like to say about aliens, and the idea, you'll hear this debated quite a lot. Are we alone in the universe? Does other life exist in the universe? I've always thought that was an incredibly stupid question, because it seems inconceivable. I can't even bring myself to imagine how this vast, almost infinite starscape of living wonder isn't itself considered a life form. There's a kind of like narrowness and myopia for humans to say, oh, is there life in the universe like us? But if that sort of thing worries you, right? If you're worried about whether or not there's life like us in the universe, let me tell you something that you might not have thought about before, or you maybe didn't know. Okay, here we go. An eyeball is made by photons. Photons create eyeballs. Eyeballs are photon detectors. All the eyeballs on this planet were created by photons, which are everywhere in the universe, and the organic life that arose on this planet started going, oh, look, there's a photon. I'm going to make this bit better at detecting photons. Photons make eyeballs. Therefore, everywhere there are photons and organic life, there are eyeballs. Okay, what else? Right? Gravity makes structures. Exoskeletons, endoskeletons, bones, that kind of thing. That's a gravitational structure. Your arms didn't just imagine, wouldn't it be great to have an arm? Your arms and legs are there because of gravity. And so everywhere there's gravity, there are limbs. And so on. And that's why not only is there life in universe itself is an anima mundi, the whole thing is alive, but there will be eyeballs. There will be probably ears in places that have atmospheres. And, if sound can be transmitted in any medium, water or atmospheres, then there will be vocal cords and ears and so on. Volman Plutinmuthus, you're an astrologer. Okay. I mean, I'm going to let that one pass, but, just to warn you, our alien friends might consider that to be somewhat divine, and you might end up having your brain sucked out when they get here, but, go for it. We're all in the same boat. Yeah, we're all in the same boat, but no matter how hard we row, too many are just here for a cruise. I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition. Luke Saul, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. I mean, you don't think aliens are benign, do you? You don't think aliens are going to arrive on planet Earth and go, oh, great, 200 nations of criminal mafia and billions of people with bizarre, crazy beliefs. What could go wrong? All mumbly jumble is equal in the eyes of morons. I believe that. Mumbly jumbly, mumbo jumbo, googly moogly, hocus pocus is equal in the eyes of morons, which is why we're currently being encouraged to respect religious belief. I hear this a lot. Oh, you have to respect other people's religious beliefs. No, I don't. These people are crazy. These people are insane. I don't respect insanity. At the very least, we could consider them, for a treatment plan. Eric Farmer, I can't believe you don't have a lot more viewers. I'm working on that. On that point. Oh, excuse me. I just got this channel back after being banned for 4 years. I have 28,800 subscribers, but I get like 100 video views. Like Seinfeld said, what's with that? What's with that? How can I have 28,800 subscribers and get 100 video views? What is with that? Am I like in the naughty corner somewhere? Get really drunk and see you're still nice and smart. I don't get drunk. It's a long time since I've been drunk. I have half a glass of red wine a night for, for medicinal reasons, blood pressure. Red things are good for you. I don't get drunk. I don't get drunk, and AI neural networks can chat, talk. Thus, brains must be everywhere too. I somewhat agree. A brain is a dense collection of electrochemical and electro sort of, electromagnetic connections. In my opinion, there is nothing to stop a nebula, which has a, in terms of scale, a very large, dense collection of electromagnetic connections. There's nothing to stop a nebula having an imagination, having thoughts, and reaching out and communicating through mushrooms with me and telling me to take over planet Earth and rid the world of stupidity. So, I don't know who our alien friends are or what they look like. I only know the things they told me and revealed to me. So there was a cartoon about an alien that lives with flatmates in St. Petersburg. He goes to the UN Assembly and says the aliens will destroy all of humanity except for one nation. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of nations. To be honest, nationalists are on their way out. Nationalists are just below religious people on the list of people we have to do away with. Now, you may have a favourite country. I don't. I routinely describe myself as an earthling from Fife. Fife is the region I'm from in Scotland. I'm not a Scottish person. I'm not Scottish. I'm not British. You're not American. These places are abstracts. It's like saying, I don't know, it's like saying, for no particular reason, that you're orange when plainly you're not. You're plainly just look like everybody else. Trump might be orange. Let's change that. It's like saying you're zigzag. I'm zigzag. Oh, I'm hexadecimal. These things have no meaning in a real rational world at all. You're not Brazilian. And by the way, part of the problem we face on planet Earth is there are about 200 sovereign countries, all of which can piss forever chemicals into my ocean, piss chemicals into my atmosphere, cut down my trees, kill my fish, destroy my life. I am speaking as spiritual leader of all life on Earth. These 200 nations have got to go away. They've got to go away. And, it may take me some time to persuade you of the benefits and the logic and the efficacy of this. But we need one world government as soon as possible. And if you don't want it to be communist, fascist retards, it has to be us. One planet, one crew, one time. We're headed for one world government, whether you like it or not. And I won't. I won't like it if it's not me and you. So, let's get with the program. Come on board, all you intelligent people, you atheists, you secular agnostics. Come on. Never mind being American or British or Australian or New Zealander. Get with the program. We're earthlings. We're astronomers. We are going to run this planet. And if we lose this war, very bad news. After 24 hours, the alien comes back and tells them they failed. They should all have united as one nation. Boom! Tsh! Nice punchline. I'll drink to that. Which psychos do you pay your taxes to, mate? Luke Soul. Taxes. The very idea of taxes is based upon the premise that somebody else is doing things for you. Taxes are like what you give the mafia so they won't burn your house down. Taxes are what you pay some other organization because you yourself have not provided you and your community with what you need. I don't foresee a world like that for astronomers. There are no taxes in, troops of chimpanzees. What are taxes for exactly? Let's say, I've heard libertarians say this frequently. We should only pay taxes to, to guard the border. Well, what if there are no borders? What are you going to pay taxes for then? Nothing. That's right, nothing. Because there aren't any borders. There are no borders for seagulls or badgers or tuna. There are no borders. Borders are where the fighting stopped and the mafia takes over. Oh, here we have the French mafia. You have to pay your taxes to the French mafia. Now, at the moment, there are mafias. If you live in America, you pay taxes. If you live in Britain, you pay taxes. Okay, so in the future, should intelligent, sane, rational people take over, the world will be organized thus. You and your people look after yourselves. You are self-governing, self-organizing, and you're self-activating. So, and the principal way that this happens is by giving peoples the right to land and telling them, that's it, you've got some land, look after yourself. You're nothing to do with a government. Do you know that Tibet had 10,000 years of agrarian village life overseen by monks? 10,000 years. There was no government necessarily, because what happened was people in villages administered the land for them and their families, and people lived and people died and took over farms, small holdings, and areas of that part of the planet that they were living on, and they lived and died, and they lived and they died, and they lived and they died for 10,000 years. Aboriginals in Australia lived and died and lived and died and lived and died for 64,000 years without any government. Arboreal people in the Amazon rainforest lived and died and lived and died and lived and died for 10,000 years without any government or taxes. So taxes are a product of the mafia, who have made a little bit of the planet into their little protection zone. Taxes are not something... So in Scotland, way back in the past, we had a clan system in Scotland. I'm going a long way back now, thousands of years. And you were born into a clan, and that clan, they were your people, and you lived with your clan up a glen with a certain territory that was considered to belong to, or to be the territory of, that clan. And when your family, if you got married and had children, they would mark out a slice of the glen called a run rig, and they would say, that's yours. You have to live off that. Get on with it. Or, whatever. But that's yours. That's what you get to live on. You don't get somebody else's food. Somebody else doesn't give you food. You collect your own water. You make your own house. You get your own food. You eat your own sheep. You are and always have been essential. Well, thank you, a useful idiot. California be like wild and crazy fires. Yeah, California wildfires, 16 dead. 16 dead. Gaza wildfires, 60,000 dead. Mind you, the insurance bill in Gaza is considerably less because no insurance company is going to pay jack shit for what happened in Gaza, are they? 2 million people displaced, at least 60,000 dead, no insurance bill. LA, 16 people dead, 50 billion insurance bill. Woo! That's gonna hurt. World War III with drones and AI is here. We're in for the big shebang. War just doesn't cut it, I'm afraid. War just does not reduce the population enough. I speak as someone who's broadly in favor of about 7 billion humans going away. As spiritual leader of all life on Earth, I feel that on behalf of the trees and the 50 species we're losing every day, the human species will not be in any danger of going extinct, even if it's reduced to like 500,000 breeding pairs. Whereas the 50 species I am losing every day as spiritual leader of all life on earth, really, really cutting in to my, my idea of success. My stewardship of this planet is not going well. And so, I encourage you all, and I recommend that we all get together and do what we can to kind of slow down the destruction of other species on this planet. I live in Canada. I'm paying as much in taxes as the original mortgage, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I am, I'm like a lot of people, I am swimming in the water you're swimming in. I live in a country run by morons. I pay taxes. I go to the shops. Change is desirable. Change is inevitable. Change is coming. Be the change. Come with me. Form an observatory. And in another program, I'm going to go on much more about observatories. An observatory is almost exactly like a Catholic monastery. It's for exactly the same reasons, fulfills exactly the same purposes, and will look almost exactly like them architecturally and in an organizational way. It's a piece of land and some buildings where the people who practice astronomy live, work, practice, and spread the gospel from. From an observatory, we get a base from which to operate, but we also get the means by which we can survive within, but outside of the society that we're in. So an observatory in Scotland or in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, would look like something like this. An area of land with a degree of habitation for a number of people who wish to live there, on which we derive, our life from. We grow the food we need, and we have a supply of water, and we live there, and we use it as a base from which to proselytize the population. We live by example. We show people how you can live like us, within your means, in balance with nature. And we operate like a kind of venue. We bring people in, we show them science and technology and knowledge and intelligence operating without any mumbo-jumbo gobbledygook, and we encourage them to join us or die at the hands of brain-sucking aliens in the near future, and so on. Anarchy, genocide. Anarchy is, in fact, anarchy is what we've got. Like, if you take the definition of anarchy, I'm a big fan of free will. And so let's just say for a moment that the following statement is true. Everybody, everywhere, right now, is doing what they want. That's anarchy. Everybody, everywhere on earth, right now, is doing what they want. Now, I've discussed this statement with people repeatedly, and I get the following objections. Oh, some people are being oppressed. They're not doing what they want. Yeah? Well, they should kill those people who are oppressing them, or die trying. And if they don't want to do that, if they don't want to kill their oppressor or die trying, then they've decided not to kill their oppressor and die trying, in which case they're doing what they want. Everybody is doing what they want. In an unhappy marriage, sticking with it, you're doing what you want. Obeying the speed limit in your Maserati because, you've got 9 points and you don't want to lose your license, you're doing what you want. Selling stocks and shares and insider dealing and cheating and lying and stealing, you're doing what you want. Everybody's doing what they want all the time. I am. You are. Aren't you? Don't you do exactly what you want? Isn't it true that you don't not pay your taxes because you don't want to get stitched up by the Inland Revenue or the IRS? Of course you're doing what you want. Everybody's doing what they want. The question is, what do people want to do? Not whether or not people are doing what they want. Astroarchy. I don't know if I can say that or pronounce it properly, but yeah. Let's do what we want. I want to take over this planet. Do you want to take over this planet? I want to take over this planet, get rid of all the stupid people before our alien friends come, and I want to use the resources of this planet to sustain all life on the planet while we figure out how we can explore the rest of the universe. That's it in a nutshell. Right, well, I feel we are coming to the end of the evening. I thank you all for visiting, joining in. I should like to end. Genocide. I'm in. Where do we start? Okay, genocide. That's a timely question. So, to recap then. We, the intelligent people who believe in an objective reality as described by the laws of physics and being reasonable and rational about events, we should come together and get organized. We should organize ourselves to begin with as kind of a collection of cellular observatories, because you can't take over the whole planet all at once. So we need to start wherever you are by forming observatories with like-minded people. I would say you probably need between 6 and 12 people to form an observatory. I live in Scotland. I want to meet 6 to 12 people in Scotland who would like to cooperatively buy land, establish a religious outpost for the astronomers to practice astronomy on, and proselytize the local community to get them to join us and give up being stupid. These are our baby steps. These are the baby steps of taking over this planet, colonizing Dumbsville, eradicating morons. These are the baby steps. Find some like-minded people, join together, form a little community, establish a base, and from there we will spread further and wider. Yeah. I'm a fan of the James Webb Space Telescope. Have a good night and good luck, Jeff Kesner. Yeah, I'm a fan of the James Webb Space Telescope as well. What did it cost? $10 million? $10 million? It cost $10 million. Track and trace during the pandemic in Britain cost us £40 billion. £40 billion to track and trace people in the country who have or have not had a vaccine. $10 million to build a space telescope. Genocide. Voidians have the same idea. So, okay, is there nobody out there from Scotland then? Is there nobody tuning in to this? Is there nobody on this stream who is in Scotland or Great Britain? Just a question out there. Anyone? Anyone in the comments? Any of you out there? Shout out. Big it up if you're in Scotland or the United Kingdom. Genocide. We should co-op. Yes, we should. It's the least we could do. It's the smallest step we could possibly take that would have any value. Rob de Goyam, not far off. Well, I'll be back here on a weekly basis. Until then, I should like to leave you with this thought. The way life and history unfolds and the way things change, it looks like it happens with people doing things. It looks like things get done. It looks like, action and things happening. But before things happening, what really changes the world and what really changes people are ideas. It's ideas that change people. It's ideas that change the world. It's ideas that will change universe. Saxony. That's not close enough for Scotland, but you know, I will bring forward a program detailing how you can start an observatory wherever you are. Saxony, I believe, is Germany, which is Europe, which is, you know, legally speaking, very similar to Britain. So I'm sure we'll have some common ground there. Eric Farmer. Is that Eric in the forest in Germany? Eric. Eric, is that you in the forest in Germany? Been a long time, Eric. Anyway, without waiting for Eric's reply, uh, the Deek will inherit the earth. No, I won't be here to inherit the earth. But you know, another idea. I read this recently. I read this that consciousness. What consciousness does is it makes the conscious being the center of the universe. Like, you know, in terms of like it's like it seems to be all collected inside your head, and you know that seems like an attractive thought at first, because it seems obvious that the world revolves around you, that your view of the universe. So I won't inherit the universe. Uh, I believe that energy cannot be created or destroyed. In fact, I'm sure of it, because it's a law of physics. And therefore, everything that's ever been is already here, and everything that could ever be is already here. And we're all everything forever in terms of the laws of physics. All the energy that makes up me was here before. And when I die, it'll still be here. And so the universe will inherit Deek. Okay, I'll see you next week. One planet, one crew, one time. And Splundig Verthig.